everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is officially the end of August 31st as I am recording this, and so that means that it is time to take a look through my August spread. I did a lot of experimentation, as I was saying in my previous video. I did a lot of experimentation, especially on my daily pages this month, and I still haven't found something that I really like yet, but I did want to show you some of the spreads that I had created just to see what I did like, what I didn't like, and so we'll just I just want to dive in and show you a couple of things. If you remember correctly in my plan with me video, remember I forgot to do a habit tracker, so I had to go back a page, and sorry. I really like this month. It was the first month that I did it all at once rather than breaking it up by week like I did in July. And I was really able to see some patterns. And you may not be able to see it because I did some lighter colors, so you may not be able to pick up everything. But it looks like I was really good getting up early in the morning during the week. Saturdays, I don't think there was a single Saturday I got up early. But I did not exercise pretty much at all this month. It was a really busy month with work, so it just, things did not happen. But that tells me that that's something that I need to focus on in my, my next month. So that kind of worked out. All right, and then this is actually my official cover page. And this was a quote that I actually decided to really live by this month. And the quote says, "If you are your authentic self, you have no competition." As I've kind of gotten more regular in my YouTube posting, I've kind of tried to compare myself to people that have been doing this for a lot longer. And it was a little bit frustrating at first because I felt like, oh, nobody's watching my videos. But I just had to like kind of step back and say, you know, I'm just starting out, and the people that are watching my videos are loving them, so that's a plus. So anyway, thank you so much for watching these videos. Just a plug in for that. Okay, so this again was my goals for August. I'm gonna kind of take some time probably this weekend just to kind of really go over them and see what I was able to accomplish, and then some things that I still need to work on. I know for a fact, as far as my eating healthy, I did not get to finish the whole 30. I traveled at the beginning of the month into a very rural area and just wasn't able to eat healthy. I was just on the road a lot. So we're gonna try again next month, not with whole 30, but with something a little different. I feel like this upcoming month is a little bit more stable for me. I'm kind of excited about that. All right. Now this was a very interesting graph that I was able to do. I tracked my different things, so sleep, mood, diet, and energy, and how those all correlated. And I thought this was actually ended up really interesting. On the days that I ate really well, I really had a lot of energy. On days that I only got about, less than 6 hours of sleep, I didn't have any energy. My mood wasn't very good. So it was interesting to see that. I'm not going to do it in September, but I may start it up, in a few months just to kind of see how it's tracking again. In September, if you remember in my plan with me video, I just kind of combined my habit tracker and my mood tracker all into one. And we'll see how it goes. But this was really interesting, and I highly recommend you guys at least tracking it just for 1 month, just to kind of see. This was my gratitude log. I wasn't 100% consistent with this. I did not do it every single day, but I think it kind of made that a little bit more special, because then when I was really thankful for something, it definitely got in there. So this was my self-care tracker for this past month, and this was actually really interesting, but I wasn't 100% consistent again with it. I had to go back in and fill it out for a few days at a time, and So I kind of had to remember, oh, what did I do for myself this day? And then I wasn't kind of constantly aware of making sure that I did do something for myself every single day. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this in September. I didn't make a spread for it, but I'm not sure. We'll see. All right, and this basically was just my monthly spread. I didn't use it a lot, but I did use it for specific things that I needed, specifically like business trips and like my flight information. This was a meal planning list that I did change in September because I didn't use it. Let's just put it that way. My weekly spreads really changed from this. So this was the very first one. This is what I was doing a lot in July, and as you can see, like I didn't use it at all. I didn't. My days are a little bit weird in the fact that like I don't tend to always have like a specific schedule. So I decided that I didn't need that, and so I went to something similar to this, where I just had little boxes for each day, little spot for next week. This was a travel week, so I really didn't even do that much. But then having like the waiting on and the kind of running to-do list. So, and that's kind of what my current weeks have been. I think I like that probably like more than I have anything else. So we'll see. I will continue to experiment in September. Eventually, I will find something I like. All right, so this is where my dailies began for the month of August, and this is the spread that I've pretty much been using since I've began bullet journaling for the most part, and it was using a full page for a day. It had everything broken up into different things that I needed to do, which I liked. It's probably the thing I like the most about it. I liked my schedule. I liked having kind of that time bar. But I did not like the fact that it was using up, there was so much blank space, especially on days that I didn't do a lot. So I had to try to fix something because I was using so many different pages for each month. Okay, and then I went on a trip, so I decided to make a packing list. I pretty much do this for every trip because I'm kind of anal about making sure I have everything, and I get really high anxiety if I like get on the plane and I think, oh my gosh, I forgot my phone charger or whatever. So I just make sure that everything is here. And then this was another weekly. Again, I decided I wanted to try. I had gotten this washi tape in a set that came with kind of the days of the week, so I wanted to see if I liked it. I didn't. I liked the tape. I didn't like the way it was set up. And so I started trying to put two days on a page, and then actually tried to put 3 days on a page, which this page to me is just cringeworthy just because it's squished, and I don't know, I just really didn't like it. But I did do a couple of pages, you'll notice in this month, kind of memory pages. I didn't want this just to be a planner, especially since I'm in a new book or a new journal. So I did a little bit of some memory pages. So I hit 500 followers on Instagram, and so I kind of wanted to do a page for that. And then it was Bullet Journal's birthday on the 8th, and yes, I did misspell Bujo. But you know what? It's all right. It's okay. And then I did this was some prompts for one of the boho berry challenges this month, trying to work out your morning routine and your evening routine. So I just kind of made a spread for that. This was something we talked about in my therapy one day. So I wanted to kind of commemorate that and just write down what we talked about. And then this is kind of the spread or the weekly spread that I have been using, or a variation of this now, I guess, for a couple of weeks. And I do like this. It's a little space for any type of events that I'm gonna have, or whatever. So this is the two opposite ends of a full page, one, daily, and then trying to put 3 on a page. And this just looks like color threw up on my page, to be perfectly honest. This was bad. And like I said, I haven't figured out what I like quite yet. I'm getting there though. I like still kind of keeping my weekend together, because Saturday and Sunday are basically one big day for me to just kind of catch up, relax, and then reset for the next week. And so most things don't require like, this has to be done on Saturday. It doesn't matter which day it's on. Again, this is the pretty much the same weekly, except I added my meal plans. Kind of went back to the full page daily, but added in the time bar a little bit. But again, I'm still wasting a lot of space. So like I said, it's still a work in progress. I commemorated the solar eclipse with some sparkly washi tape that I got on clearance. And then I went back to the full page dailies, but I added my time bar, which I do like. Some more daily. These are literally the exact same thing. I think I kept it for about a week. We were doing good. This again is the same exact weekly. This is the current week. I did make these little charms, or kind of like bookmarks, because this book only has one bookmark. So I made this, and it's very, very easy to make. I just bought some charms and some hemp cord. And so this is the daily spread that I'm working with right now. And I don't know how I feel about it yet, to be perfectly honest. There's still some things. I feel like it's a little bit blank. There's not, like, compared to other weeks where I have a lot of color, I feel like this doesn't have a lot of color. But I like the time bar that goes across the entire thing. It's using 2 squares instead of just 1. So I don't know. This is probably the closest thing to what I like, but we'll keep experimenting in September. And speaking of September, that comes to the end of August as far as my bullet journal is concerned. Somewhere down below here we will have I'm gonna link the September plan with me. I went through all of my how I created all of my spreads, what I'm doing with them, and I'll link it in the description below. As always, let's start a conversation down below. If you have any questions about the spreads that I am using, let me know and I will do my best to answer them. And if this is your first time here, I'd love to have you subscribe and join the community. We have new videos every Thursday, all created to help you have a productive and fulfilling life. I'll talk to you next Thursday. Until then, bye-bye.